Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and introduce the customer success team here, CSMs. So let's go ahead and start with you, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly Weyers. I'm Customer Success Manager in the Western region.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. This is my sign name. I'm a CSM, Customer Success Manager for Convo. I'm in the central location.
Hi, I'm Alexa. I'm a CSM for the Northeast region.
Hi, and I'm Zen. I'm a CSM for the southeastern region. And just to let you know, I'm going to be moderating and facilitating the questions throughout this. So why do you love Convo? What is everyone missing out on? I'm curious, tell me.
Well, I would say that Convo is more than just a VRS provider. I feel that Convo, the team, the people, we go above and beyond for customers to make sure that we're meeting all of our customers' needs. We really care about Convo here.
Kelsey here. I just really feel for Convo because they're deaf run, deaf owned. They really invest in us, and it's a small business, but we really invest into VRS. And Convo is it's just hard to explain, but yeah.
This is Alexa. The reason why I love Convo is because there are deaf people that I get to work with, and it feels like home for me.
Carly speaking here. I've got to also mention our interpreters are amazing. Every call that I make with Convo, I
Yes.
feel like it's, just a conversation. There's not a third party involved because the interpreter is able to facilitate the conversation so effectively. And it's just amazing for me.
This is Alexa. I agree.
Zen here. That's awesome. And I also wanted to add the deaf ecosystem. We support each other with teamwork and we help each other grow both ways. And it's awesome. Now, CSM, customer support, what are those two roles? What do y'all do? Help me understand that.
This is Alexa. That's a really good question. So, a customer success manager, a CSM, which is what I do, I partner with customers who have recently signed up with our company, and I help guide them through the process, knowing any issues that come up. If they have any questions, I'm there for them the whole way. And if there's something that I can't answer, or if I can't figure it out and I can't solve it, that's where customer support comes in. So customer support comes in and they're able to resolve the issue. Or sometimes I'm not available to support the customer. And that's where customer support's able to jump in and they're going to help support that customer with all of their needs.
And Zen speaking here. You know that customer support is amazing. It's our backbone.
Definitely. This is Alexa.
Yeah. Carly speaking. Also, you know how sometimes the Convo app will have a new feature that comes up or something new that I'm like, wow, this would benefit my customer that I've been working with. I'll reach out to them and engage with them, letting them know all the new features and supports regarded to technology. And oftentimes, if I can't help them, I'll transfer them to someone who can. So if they want to reach out to me, they can anytime we want. We're here to support you and your needs.
This is Zen. Let me ask you a question. How is it working with interpreters? Has it been effective? How's that gone?
Carly here. Oftentimes, like I just previously mentioned, the interpreters are top quality. I'll oftentimes forget that I'm actually speaking through an interpreter. I just assume the interpreter knows everything that's going on, who I'm calling, what I'm calling for. I have to remember to empower them that, I need to remind them what the name signs are, what the context is, just important information ahead of time so that the interpreter can facilitate that call effectively and make your call empowered to yourself to be able to speak about whatever you need to get done and feel comfortable with your call.
Mm-hmm. This is Kelsey. So don't forget to put it in the text box. If you need to put anything that's going to support the spelling of something or any additional information, there's a text box there. So you can fill out that information right there.
Zen here. Those are great answers. And now I understand better. So, as far as a personal account and enterprise account, I'm a little puzzled as to what the difference is between the two.
This is Kelsey signing. So a personal account and an enterprise account are different. For a personal account, you get your own number. And that's your own personal Convo number that you get to keep. Looking at the enterprise accounts, with their numbers, that's going to be tied to a business. So it could be tied into, let's say, for example, Costco. So Costco is a business. That phone number is going to be tied to Costco. So whenever a person decides to leave, that number is still going to be associated with Costco. But let's say there's a deaf phone business or any type of business that's out there, that number is going to be your business's number and that's going to stick with the business. So there are two different accounts that we're looking at.
Carly here. Alexa, you go ahead.
Oh, Carly, you can go ahead.
Okay, Carly here. I also wanted to mention it's important to remember if you go ahead and set up an enterprise account, leaving that job, you don't get to keep that phone number because the enterprise, that place of business, owns that number. So oftentimes there is a misunderstanding where a person wants to carry that number over, which it won't, but a personal number it will. So the personal number, you'll be owning that number, and enterprise number will stick to the business, just to clarify.
That's right. And this is Alexa signing. I wanted to add to what Kelsey just mentioned. If, for example, I own a business and I want a phone number, but I want a separate phone number. I want a personal number, but also when I run the business, I want my own business number. And I don't want both personal and business phones to overlap. So it's really nice to be able to keep them separated.
Zen signing here. What if I'm wondering if I'm able to get a second number? Can I go ahead and get a combo number? And would my device be taken away if I poured in? Or yeah, could you clarify those questions for me?
Yes, sure. This is Kelsey signing. And yes, most people out there aren't aware that we are able to get a second number. So for example, you can have one Convo number, and let's say your another VRS provider, you could have their number as well. Or for example, if you have a personal number with Convo or enterprise, you can have a personal and or enterprise. So it's really up to you. You have the right to have more than one VRS provider, and you could do that. As far as devices being taken away, the FCC doesn't have anything specifically about devices being taken away. So you can keep the equipment. It's yours. Does anyone else want to add anything?
Carly signing here. Again, it's your right as a deaf person. We want you to have access to be able to make calls at the end of the day. Whatever VRS provider you choose, we don't care. We want to make sure that you have access to calls. If you want more than one phone number, great. Come sign up with Convo and have another VRS provider number. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is Zen signing. So I understand the information about the two numbers and the profile and the customer name. But I know if I update my profile with my address, and let's say I move somewhere else and I call 911, what's really great is with Convo, they'll go ahead and what's really good, you don't want them attaching the information to your old profile. So anytime you move, you really want to update your profile so that way they can get the ambulance or emergency to where they need to.
Carly here. Going back to the first question that you asked, why do I love Convo? Emergency calls. Convo is just the best at emergency calls because Convo will stay with you throughout the entire call. For example, if you're in a car wreck and you need to make a call, that interpreter is going to stay with you throughout the entire process and everyone leaves and make sure that you're okay. That interpreter is going to stay with you the whole
Cool.
time. Convo is the only VRS provider that'll do that. And to me, that's everything, to make sure that my emergency calls are facilitated smoothly. It's the best way possible too for us.
That's great. And this is Alexa signing. That's a good reminder because I'm going to be moving soon and I am going to need to update my profile.
There you go. Zen, that's a great reminder then. Zen signing here.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how are we able to fill out the customer forms for feedback?
Yes, this is Alexa signing. Zen, that's a really good question. And often I get customers saying, hey, I want to pass on my concerns, my feedback. And we think that's great. We definitely want to collect all of that information, but we want to empower all of our customers and let them know that they can fill out a feedback form. We have one online. You can see the link on the bottom on the Facebook page. Click on that link. It's really easy to fill out. And what's great about that form is on the bottom, you'll be able to attach any information. So let's say you have a screenshot or you want to attach some paperwork or anything that you have just to prove what you're making comments on the feedback, you could attach it there. And once you click on submit, it's going to go straight to us. So we could see how we can improve, or we can see ways that we can provide pass on compliments to our interpreters. So you definitely have two options there where you're going to be able to send in your feedback.
And Carly speaking here, I also wanted to add, Convo is not going to be here if it wasn't going to be for our customers. And we don't know what our customers need are because you're making the calls all the time. You're using our service to make calls. So you are the ones experiencing this firsthand. So it's important for us to collect all of that feedback so we can continue to improve and meet the customer's needs.
This is Zen signing. Convo is amazing. They really make sure that they meet the customer's need. They really focus on the relationship and building that relationship with each person. So I think that's a beautiful thing. It's great. It's a great thing that Convo does. Yes, Kelsey.
Kelsey signing here. What's nice about CSM, customer success managers, is that we are all basically 24/7 here to support you the entire way, regardless of what you need, whether it's a big or a small need. We'll work it out for you. We'll make sure that your experience making combo calls are perfect and successful. That's our job, is to make sure everything's perfect for you. So I just wanted to add that for you.
This is Zen signing. Yes, we have to make sure that the Convo customers are happy, and the Convo customers, you're always right.
Alexa here, yes.
If anyone has any more questions, please come and chat with us. Just type in your questions on social media.
Carly signing here. I also wanted to add, just to give a better idea of what a CSM, customer success management role, looks like. I love the definition that we have. Suppose you're driving and the car is Combo. It's a product, it's an app. So the driver is you, the customer. You're using Combo. And we're just the passenger. We're guiding you, making sure everything's worked out smoothly, making sure if you want to get to this area, we'll make sure you get there. We're the map, the navigator. So that's us. We're here along with you for the journey. So we want to think of the best features that'll benefit you, benefit your business. Combo link, whether it be a combo link or an app that would fit your needs best. So we give you advice, tips, feedback, and interact with you to make sure you're able to reach where you want to get to with Combo.
Yes, I love it. This is Alexa.
And Zen here. Yeah, that totally just lit my light bulb. Thank you. I understand now.
Yeah. This is Carly.
All right. Well, if we have any questions, please send them over to us. Now's the time.
This is Kelsey. We're open to any questions.
Alexa signing here. I'm wondering if you could speak to where you're from.
This is Kelsey signing. And I'm really based in Austin. I'm right outside of Austin, Texas. I'm in a county right outside of the city limits.
Cool. This is Carly. I was born and raised in Nebraska in
Wow.
the middle of nowhere. And then I moved to Los Angeles, California. The best
Wow.
state, right? I say the best state because Zen himself also lives in California, but he covers the southeastern region, which proves the point that California is the best state. Eh?
Yeah. This is Zen signing. I grew up in Florida and I ended up moving to Southern California, Florida or Southern California, but I definitely have a network here in the Southeast region. And Convo also has a really wide network as well.
Alexa signing here. I'm based, born, and raised in the Detroit area in Michigan. Yeah.
All right. This is Zen. Does anyone have any questions before we move on?
Yeah. Oh, Kelsey here. I just wanted to quickly add, I thought it'd be important to throw out this tip. A lot of people are unaware that we can keep a workplace. So let's say you're in search of something for your business, we can work out something for you to make sure that your needs for the workplace, let's say like combo greetings, things like that, we'd be happy to work out for you, for both your personal and workplace phone numbers.
This is Zen. Thank you for the tip. I really appreciate you adding that. That's great. All right. Well, we're going to close out for today, but thank you everybody for watching, and we look forward to working with all of you soon.
Yes. Looking forward to meeting you all, Kelsey.